Hello, dear friends. Well, thank you very much for coming over. You know, it's actually warmer now than it was a while ago, and I've been having fun, I confess. Got a big old pot of tea here. Be careful how much I put on this table. I don't want to overtax it, but I really do need a spot of tea. So, I've got some, this is a tea that one of my boys bought me for Christmas. Excellent present to get Mommy. Oh, I don't need those on. Oh. So how is everybody doing? And you guys know that, you know, have you been shopping? I don't know if I've done a shopping video with clothes, but when I buy, very typical of people who get older, you buy what's comfortable and what you like. And then you buy lots of it in many different colors. Well, that's usually the case. Not in this case. I just buy lots of these. So I'm not used to wearing all my chains because I haven't done that for a while. Look at this one here. This is a pewter piece. It's got the Holy Family in it on one side. Anyway, it's Catholic, but I'm fine with that. I don't care what religion it is. It's a cross. Here, I found it. Heat flash, hot flash, whatever. Actually, excuse me for a sec. I am going to go and change and put a lighter shirt. Oh, I'm really cooking my... This feels better. You're probably like, oh, Willow. Thought you said you're a klutz. I really am a klutz. But I have multiple of these shirts as well. Funny enough, the irony of being a klutz and having white. One sec. Pocket my pocket. The other ones have stains. One has a big orange stain, looks terrible. Anyway, shall we enjoy a cup of tea together? Down the hatch. No! No, 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 no. Oh, come on. Seriously? I'm back. Oh, man. You have no idea what just happened? Well, you probably do, but the stain. Oh, well. Tea stains, who cares? Anyway. Moving on. That is so good. That's Prince Charles tea. And very nice to be able to have it. So, I've been digging in my cookbook collection, and I don't have a collection like I used to. Back in the day, that's all I would do is go to the bookstore, buy a lot, and then about 15 years ago, and I had them for when I was a teenager, massive collection, and it was in my 30s. We were part of a church, and they were going to the Dominican, and they asked me to be one of the missionaries to go with them. I was like, oh, I hear it's really hot. No, pass. But I donated my cookbook collection, so I started all over again. Anyway, we're going to be doing dining through the decades, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And this book here, Five Roses, it actually began, the first time was in oh Lord help us, 67. And I thought this would be really helpful because, you know, I think it took a long time. Not that I was paying attention to it, but it took myself on the chin. This should be a anyway. Took a long time for folks to, you know, settle their finances and get things going, and that sort of thing. So I was, oh Lord, this wet. What on earth is going on? How many times can it show that a video's gone funky? I was thinking, oh, this one's folded in half for a reason. Oh, sweet sauce for dessert. Yes, not happening. Ready, my my friend and teacher, had this book when she was still living at home and suggested it as a very good book to go through. And of course, I have been through it. Now, I thought something fun to do, Dining Through the Decades, would be fun to make, is a spice cake or coffee cake. Because that's really what a spice cake is. I think the element in it that's really, really cool, I'm not going to be able to get a hold of Mace, is sour cream. That gives it that lovely texture. And then you have that mixture on top that has butter, flour, what is it, brown sugar, whatever. I don't know if I said butternut, and spices, and it gives it that crunch, that texture. And I'm going to stay true to that, I believe, when I go to make it, because it just seems like it'd be really interesting. If you know what you can use in the stead of, holy cow, we're already at that, in the stead of mace, then let me know. But these are some of the recipes that we will be making now toward the fall, right? So we're going to start this in July, and we're going to go through the fall into all through fall. I don't want to just do 1 or 2 recipes and call it a day. So that's one recipe, definitely. If you have some in mind that you would like us to go through, I mean, not my other personality or anything, my son, one of my boys, English pound cake. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, it calls for mace. I don't know what the mace is for. Ooh. Rich wedding cake. That's fruit cake. I wonder if it's got any booze in it. Bet it does. My aunt makes it. Auntie Darling is what I call her. She makes it, and she makes it like by September it's made. Now, this book here, The Hillbilly Kitchen, you can get this book on Amazon, I think it is. The Hillbilly Kitchen, her name is Becky. She's on YouTube, and she cooks up a storm. She's a Christian, and Matthew 6, a great way to start the day. So she gives us, scriptures to think about, and there's lots of scriptures through it. But lots of this. And they're cut in color. A lot of the old recipe books don't have that. She talks about wartime and making things stretch and making inexpensive meals. Salisbury steak I thought would be a lovely one too, and remind me of that, because I'll probably forget. We're up to 8 minutes, okay? My mother used to make Salisbury steak all the time. So I will do it instead of the beef, I'll do it in chicken, and make a chicken patty and then do the gravy. But I'd like to do that so that, it's got flaxseed in it, and hers really fabulous. You got to get the book. Wonderful colors, stuff that you can bring out of your garden. Beautiful looking things. The SOS. Will was right. How did you know that? The SOS meal, which had, I guess, like a sawmill gravy. So y'all in the South know that. I would never have known had I not been watching some Southern girls cooking. Ground beef, flour, milk, onion powder, salt and pepper. And you put it on toast. And there's a picture of it there. I was talking about that before. I thought Will was cracked. Anyway, there's meatloaf and goulash. Boy, the goulash here they make on the island is a lot different than the goulash in the South. South looks good. I went and ordered some when I was at the cabin. And, it was awful. It had beans, and it was just bitter, sore, like a real sorry thing. Potato soup, right? Everybody can make potato soup. Milk, water. You can use chicken broth if you don't want to use milk. Grated carrot, onion, potato, and on the side, there's cornbread. And Becky's cornbread, I'm going to show you the picture. I just have to. she makes hers, I think, in the skillet, in the cast iron skillet. She uses hers like all the time. So that's going to be new for me. So you're going to have to show me some grace and patience, because seriously, yeah. I've got them up here. One's a griddle, and you know, that you put on the stove, and the other one's a frying pan. I'll use that to do biscuits. Hobo meal, hard time, right? Hard times, hot dogs on the side, or chicken tenders, new potatoes, baby carrots or carrots. A lot of really great things. If you need more, then just add more potato or add more corn or whatever, you know. Why did I... Potato pancakes. I forgot that she did that. So it's a great way to use up your leftovers. That's the point in this book. I could go on and on. I get lost. I'm a bookworm. I'll take my book out to little garden where things are growing and just be lost. I don't know when this was published. Published in the United States. Oh, great. They've got it in Roman numerals. MCMLXXIII. Well, it looks old. Bread, muffins, sweet roll, pancakes, waffles, donuts, shortcake, coffee cakes. Oh, wait. Hello. 24. Oh, shortcake. That looks really good. Just saying. That looks pretty easy. Butter, sugar, vanilla, eggs, sour cream, flour, baking powder, mix, throw it together. On the top, sugar. I'll use Splenda or stevia. Cinnamon. Oh, broken pecans. Pecans? How do you say them over there in the States? I say pecans. Sorry, falling apart. My shirts are getting a little bit big for me, so yeah. I'm not really a pecan or pecan person, but I sure do love my English walnuts. Anyway, yeah, a few recipes we'll try out of here too. Just to, you know. And I'm going to simplify it. I've got some vintage bowls. And I've got an old-fashioned sifter. You know, the mixer beater things. Got a couple sets of those. Vintage ones and not vintage ones. What else? Egg whisker, like, you know, and a thing for, oh, what's it called? It's for making dough, bread dough. It's a spiral with this wooden handle. We don't use those things anymore. Oh gosh, look at those cookies. Mommy, they look so good. Come on, come on. Tell me they look delicious, right? What are they called? Oh, the oatmeal cookies, of course. Half a cup of well-packed sugar. I'll probably use a quarter and then use Splenda. You know what the trick to making cookies that are really, really good? I add extra baking powder in mine. I sift it. I don't use baking soda in any of my cooking. Not happening, because I can still taste it. Extra baking powder makes them go puff, and then undercook them so they're chewy, and it comes down while they set. Mommy, I think I'm no kidding. I can make a wicked cookie. Back in the day where Paul and I were just going out, you know, like for a whole summer. Anyway, he'd come over to my place, and under my stove is where I hid my cookies. You know, I'm a little girl. So I had to hide them because there was 9 of them. They'd come over to my place, and on my bed they would be, and I get home from work, and they're all laying around. My cookies are gone. They completely left. Like, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, I want to play with the idea of doing it, all of this as vintage as possible, but this is one book I'd like to do. Now, Donna from YouTube here, Just Donna Maria, she was so sweet, made a video for me, which is so cool. Thank you, Donna. I really do appreciate it. I'm looking at this pizza going, I'll follow Donna's recipe, thank you. Maybe I'll make a marinara sauce of my own. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll use canned whole tomatoes and just take out the tomato chunks and, I'm not going to put them in the processor. I was going to say I would do that. But I want to do it old-fashioned. I want to make it like my own. So we'll see. And again, oh yeah, wooden spoons. Paul didn't like wooden spoons in the house at all. That's just him. He's a little paranoid at germs. He's just paranoid. I can laugh at him because, I do. And, we're married, so he can laugh at me too. What does it say? Kitchen Magic by Violet Biglow Rourke. When gray days sometimes leave you at a loss for what to do, fill your house with warmth and fragrance. Bake a pie, a cake or two. Make some heart-shaped sugar cookies or a creamy pudding fine. A batch of fudge or brownies helps to pass the gloomy time. A tin of golden muffins or some loaves of fresh baked bread. I am sure with more pleasing than some store-bought bread instead. What a thought, cheery greeting for your loved ones at the door when they sniff your homemade goodies, wafting welcome evermore. So cute. I'm going to hide this, got somebody's personal information, but look at that picture. It's so neat. Oh, it's true. When I bake, I have to make extra. And I put it in, I reuse my bread bags and save it for my boys, whoever's around. And they like it. Well, cheers. Thank you for joining me. And we'll be putting these on the to-do book list. I'll pop them right under here. Place does not look clean at all. I've actually done some stuff, but then I tornado it up. Oh, whatever, right? Well, talk to you soon. I cannot wait to do Dining Through the Decades. We're going to find some recipes first, like, through those books. Come up with some ideas. I will be doing maybe a couple of breakfasts and going through the rations. So we'll do like maybe, toad in a hole, and we'll do pigs in a blanket. And if that's part of the old-fashioned recipe, Paul asked for that last night. You make pigs in a blanket when you do that? I said I don't think that, pastry that's already been made up and in a container is actually, it's not vintage, but whatever. And we'll make them as toad in a hole. Have you ever had Yorkshire pudding? Let me know in the comments down below, and you will get a heart. Talk to you later.